Okay, I started this channel about empathy and shared more about it due to recent violence. And then I've been seeing lots of quotes about Charlie Kirk saying things about empathy being evil, wrong, bad. And as a person that really does want to know, I've seen Charlie Kirk, I've seen him practice it. So I'm like, where are these beliefs and quotes coming from? By the way, when you say things like that about Charlie Kirk, you're showing us who is doing your thinking for you. Because everyone who has actually watched him debate can see his compassion and ability to put himself in other people's shoes when he's talking to them and treating them like an equal human being. He is bursting with empathy. Now, the quotes that other people are using as a weapon against him so that you can feel good about him being dead, he is just talking about misuse of the word, not the actual action itself or belief or practice of empathy. There is a toxic empathy. People claim they're an empath or that they struggle with empathy too much because other people's feelings or actions or beliefs are influencing them. And instead of them taking accountability for their own emotions, their own behavior, their action, their responses and reactions to the world around them, they use empathy as an excuse for their poor, violent, or bad behavior. That is toxic empathy. If you have true empathy, that's great. But being an empath, where you are a doormat of the people around you and their energy and their words and their beliefs drag you down or cause you to be a certain way, that's not empathy. That is you being lost, not being grounded, and allowing other people to dictate the way you behave and the way you live your life. That is the type of empathy that Charlie Kirk has talked down about. It's the excuse of you not being true to what you know is right in the universe. Not even just right-wing, left-wing, but right versus wrong, good versus evil, light versus dark. Okay? Anyone that knows him knows that he would never believe real empathy is bad. And I beg you to take accountability for yourself, your belief, your words, and go and actually watch some of his debates and see the way he treats his political enemies. One of my favorite clips that I shared yesterday was a girl that had a father and a mother that were divorced. One was a liberal and one was more conservative. And she said, which one of them should I follow? Now, first of all, he talks about how important God, family, and knowing Jesus are. That they matter way more than politics. And that relationships with others matter way more than politics. And he said, you find out for yourself what your beliefs and thoughts are. You don't have to pick a side. Okay? And by the way, even though the left doesn't want you to believe this, most conservatives literally believe the same thing. For you to think independently for yourself. When I voted for the first time as an 18-year-old and saw the one-punch option for a straight Democrat or straight Republican, I was sick to my stomach. That's not thinking for yourself, and that is not picking and choosing each individual candidate for what you feel is best for the job. It makes sense now why people are a Democrat in name only or Republican in name only, because they're counting on those mindless drones to vote just by the label instead of by how the person lives and what they want to change. But I digress. He told the girl for her to think for herself, but she said, it's difficult. How do I manage these conversations? And he said, you just hold to your beliefs and you shouldn't change the way you talk about your beliefs depending on your audience. Be true to who you are and focus most on what you guys can relate about. Keep it biblical. Keep it Christ-like. Keep it fun and family-oriented. Don't let politics divide you. That is Charlie Kirk. Shame on any of you that believe otherwise.